So let's start with this one, the p sound. How do you make that sound with your mouth? Who'd like to answer? Volunteers? You guys? Yep. How would you explain that? Okay, put my lips together. Yeah, plosive, yep. Per. Yep, per. And how about the voice? Voiceless. Yes, voiceless. That's good. Okay, that's how you explain it to the student. Next one. The. Can you explain that for us? How do you make that sound?
Voice.
That's right. The. Good. Okay, the next one. Here, in cute. How do we do that? That's two sounds. Can you explain that? So it starts with a k sound. How do I make a k sound? K. How do I make a k? Yep.
มันจะหก
Yes, that's right. So your tongue, when you go here, your tongue moves forward a little bit. It moves from the velum, makes a k, a plosive, and it moves forward a little bit. Cute. So for the key, it starts at the back there, and it comes forward a little bit. Key, cute. Yeah. Okay, difficult, I know. Okay. How about x in fix? Would you like to explain that one?
Put the root of the tongue at the villa and then move a little bit forward. To add the aura.
Yes.
And then make a frequency and it's no voice.
Yeah, that's right. So the tongue starts back there, okay, and there's a stop, close it, you know, and it has to go forward to do that. So it's yeah, and no voice again, no voice. Okay, that's good. There's another exercise I'd like to do on minimal pairs. We have time to do it, I think. We have time to start it at least. Now, a minimal pair is a pair, it's two words. They're the same, except for one sound. Like, for example, pat bat. A different sound. Pat pot. Pat, port. Pat. This has got an a, and this has got an or. Pat, port. Pat, pot. Pat, bat. See, they're the same. They're the same except for one sound. That's a minimal pair. And one really good exercise you can do with your students is a minimal pairs exercise. It makes them think about the correct sound of a word. How can you make the students do that? I'll show you how. This is how you can do it. Now you can see that I've put two sounds there and two sounds there. Now the job is that you have to think of two words for each square. Two words which are minimal pairs, so they're the same except for one sound. Okay, you understand that? Example, peel and mill. Peel and mill. Okay, they're the same except for the p and the m. Now this is a good exercise because your students will make mistakes all the time because they don't think about how the word sounds or they don't know how the word sounds. And so you can pick up their mistakes and you can make them think about it and correct their mistakes that way. So what I'd like you to do is, we have time, only take 5 minutes. I'd like you to finish the chart. I'd like you to think of two words here, two, and two words here. Just 3 minutes, 2 minutes, you can do it.
Go T เอาตัวเองก่อน so which one should begin T
Oh, well, anyone.
yes
Which one do you want? You want this one?
top top
Top, tub. It has to be between those two.
oh I see ตัว T กับตัว
That's the...
T
Okay. This one has to be... It could be something like man and tan.
oh I see
Something like that.
ไม่ได้
Top.
hot hot
Hot and not. Yeah. Anything else?
pat and net
Pattern and mat.
ไม่มีเว้ยมั่ว
Pattern and mat. That's okay. This shows your students something else which is very important, and that is that the spelling can be different for the same sound. And sometimes the same spelling is a different sound. So you can't tell just by the spelling. You have to listen. You have to think about the sound of the word. It teaches them that as well. Okay. So what did you say for this? What's one for this?
tap nap tap nap
Tap and map. What about one for this one? Yep.
โทนโทน
Tongue and nut. Okay, good. We'll do another one of those later on with the vowels section. But anyway, let's have a break now.
ปิดก่อนหนูเสร็จแล้วตอนนี้หนึ่ง เอาเบรก15 นาทีนะเดี๋ยวแป๊บเอาเบรกได้ได้เลยเบรกแล้วหนู ที่จบไปในตอนที่หนึ่งนั้นก็จะเป็นเรื่องของ Sounds of English and Student Phonemic Problems ครับซึ่งเมื่อกี้นั้นเราคงได้รับความรู้ไปแล้วว่าเป็นอย่างไรบ้าง ในตอนที่ 2 นี้ก็จะเป็นเรื่องของ Pronunciation of English Words และขอเรียนเชิญอาจารย์เลยครับจะนั่งก็ได้โทษนะครับจะนั่งก็ได้จะนั่งไหนก็ได้เอาใหม่เลยเหรอเอา
Let's start again. Okay, let's start again. Now, we did consonants before. Now we're going to have a look at vowels. What are vowels? How they're formed. I mentioned before that vowels are made with quite an open mouth and a flow of air through your mouth, and they're quite loud. But what makes the different vowel sounds? What's the difference between hat and hot and heat? What's the difference between those? I'd like you to do an exercise, okay? If this is your mouth, I'd like you to move your tongue around your mouth from up the top and down the bottom, up in the back, and around the top, and make a sound. It will sound very funny, okay? Let's try it. Yeah. Try it. Yeah. Okay. It gives a different sound depending on where in your mouth your tongue is. That's one thing that makes a vowel sound. Another thing that makes a vowel sound is whether your lips are unrounded or rounded. Rounded is like this, like ooh, ooh, oh, right? But unrounded is just relaxed, like ah, oh no, that's rounded. E, yeah, that's another unrounded one. E, ah, ah. So that's two things. I've got a picture of that in the book for you. It's on page 13. Page 13. You can see the picture of the head. Now, 13. 13. You can see inside the mouth there's a little grid like that. Can you see the little grid? And that's the extreme positions from at the top of your mouth at the front, E. At the front of your mouth at the bottom, air, air. If you put your tongue at the back, ah, ah. And up here, woo, woo. Those are the 4 extreme positions inside your mouth. We also divided up along here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. The reason why we divide it into these 4 lines is because we found that when we listen to people's voice, if you move it this far, it will have a different sound. Like E and E. E and E. And along the back you've got oo, o, and a. So that's why we divide it up that way. We put a couple of other lines in there as well. Don't worry too much about those. So what we have is we have 8 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positions around there. And we call those the cardinal vowels of English. Cardinal means important, the main vowels of English. Those are the main vowel sounds around like that. You can see that in this chart of the cardinal sounds of English. Can you see that some of them have a circle? Like that? The circle means rounded, rounded lips. So at the position here, at the top, at the front, you have E, E. If you round your lips, it becomes U, E, U, E, U. At the top, at the back of your mouth, for example, you have U, U, and In English, we have U, we have the sound U, but we don't have the sound It's difficult for me to say it because we don't have it in English. But there's one very, very common word in Thai which has that sound. Thai has that sound in a very common word which Falangs often say wrong. I'm not going to ask you to guess because Falangs always say a lot of words wrong in Thai. So I'll just tell you. It's nung. Nung. Have you ever heard a foreigner who says nung? Like nung, song, sam. They say nung. Or they say nern. Something like that. But actually it's nung. Is that right? Is that right? Nung. It's very difficult for a foreigner, for an English speaker to say that word because we don't have in English at all. With English we have u, but it's difficult for us to say nung. Now these are the extremes around the edges. In real life, in real languages, in English, we don't usually find the sounds at the very extremes. Normally we find the sounds in the middle somewhere. I'll give you an example, bit and beat. Have a look at page 16. 16. Something else will tell you. E. Can you see the dot dot? That means long. E. But if it doesn't have a dot dot like that, it's just a short one. It. Bit. Bit and beat. So this is beat and this is bit. Bit and beat. You can hear that one's long and one's short. They're the same sound, almost, except for the long short, they're almost the same sound. But in English we say it, we bring it down a little bit and back a little bit. Can you see that in the picture? E is at the extreme, almost at the extreme front top. But bit, when we say bit in Australian English, we actually bring it down just a slight bit down there. Bit and beat. Now remember, these are the positions inside your mouth, okay? This is my mouth, with the positions there inside my mouth, okay? And your nose is over here. This is your nose here. So, beat and bit. That one there, that's bet. Feel your mouth. Can you feel that bit and bet? Bit, bet. Bet is down a little bit. Can you feel that? Bit, bet. Bit, bet. Can you feel that? Yeah? Bet is down a little bit. This one here is bat. Let's say that. Bit, bet, bat. Bit, bet, bat. Can you feel that your tongue is going down? Bit, bet, bat. Bit, bet, bat. And it's along the front of your mouth. Bit, bet, bat. Your jaw goes down a little bit more. Your mouth is a bit more open. Bit, bet, bat. Bit, bet, bat. Can you feel that? Can you feel that in your mouth? Bat, bet, bit. So this is useful for your students, for teaching your students. If the student is saying something that's not clear, if they use the wrong vowel, then you can say to them, your vowel is a bit high. It's not bit, it's bet. Or you can say to your student, round your lips when you say that. Don't say hood, say hood, for example. So if your students are making that mistake, tell them to round their lips. Now, diphthongs. You've heard of diphthongs before? Yeah. You know what a diphthong is? Monophthongs and diphthongs. You know mono and di? One, two. Mono means one, di means two. A diphthong is actually two vowel sounds where it goes from one vowel sound into the next. Let's have a look at some examples on our little chart on page 15. Now this chart on page 15, here, they're monophthongs there, and at the bottom, they're diphthongs. The monophthongs have two characters. The monophthongs have one character, and the diphthongs have two characters. Can you see that? One character. Can you see that these ones are long, and these ones are short? These ones are long, they've got the dot dot. So we've got the short monophthongs, the long monophthongs, and the diphthongs. Let me illustrate with the first diphthong, day. Now let's look at our little chart of Aussie sounds. Okay, day, we've got day. The two vowel sounds, right? Let's have a look at page 16. That one is there, down there. Let me draw it on the chart for you. This one is up here. Can you see that? You can see that? Now what happens is when I say day, my tongue, my mouth, when I say it, it goes from there up to there. Day, day, day. Yeah. Day. And so the interesting thing is you can draw diphthongs for your students. Okay, it's quite simple. If it's got the two sounds like that, you find the two sounds on the chart, and you can draw them in, and then you can say to the student that when you say day, you move your tongue is at the front of the mouth, and you move it up. Day, day. So if your students aren't sure about how to say that, you can show them with a picture. And if you train them to feel their mouth, they can actually feel their tongue moving up. Day. Let's do some more as an exercise. Okay. I'd like you guys, could you do I and oi? It's I and oi there. You guys, can you do O? One there, as in go. Now, you guys, can you do ow and ear? Ow and ear. And you guys, can you do ua? Ua. Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is take a piece of paper. I think you've got some blank paper in your booklet here. I'd like you to draw a polygon like this. And I'd like you to please draw your diphthong inside this. And then I'd like you to come out here and show us and say it for me and say it for us. Okay? Only take you 3 minutes. Okay? 3 minutes. Ua. That's right. Okay. So can you draw that nice and big on a piece of paper? Yep. Okay. Have a look at this one. This has got the Australian ones here, and you should find that matches with that. And then take a piece of paper and draw it nice and big for us. Okay. Okay. So what are you guys doing again? Okay. So you've got the sounds.
Yes.
And where does it go? Does it go up there or down there? Okay, so draw a little arrow. And can you please do it a bit bigger? Bigger. And then come out here and show us. Oi. Yes, that's that one there, isn't it?
Yes.
I think.
I.
Yeah. That's right. So it goes oi, like that.
Yes, here. And here.
That's right. Good. And can you please draw an arrow going across there? Yes. Ow. Yeah, that's right. Please make it nice and big for us. If you can make it that big, that would be nice. That's good. Oh, you don't have to draw the grids inside. You don't have to. Oh, maybe no, it's okay. But you don't have to. Just one square. Okay. Just like that. So that's my one again. That's day. That's day. Just like that. That's fine. Oh, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to do the whole thing. Just like that. Just go A. Nice and big. nice and big. Okay, ready? How about you? Are you ready? Okay, come on. You just come on, come on. Oh, please, please, please. Please, I'd be so happy if you would. That's good, yeah. Ua. Ua. Good, thank you very much. That's good. That's right. Okay, so who's next? Who's ready? How about you guys? You ready?
This is used for pronouncing the word go. So you make a sound go up. Can I say like this?
Yeah, you can, and you can say it for the students. You can say, oh,
Oh, go.
oh, oh. Good, that's
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Okay, who's next? You guys, you ready? Not ready? Oh, come on, hurry up. Hurry up. How about you guys? Okay? You guys are just like my students, you know? Some are fast, some are slow. I can wait a minute for that. I'm going to move you on to the next exercise. You can do minimal pairs with vowels as well. And again, minimal pairs are a great way of making the students think about the sounds of the words. It forces them to think about the sounds of the words. So here's a minimal pairs exercise using vowels. Okay, now you guys, I haven't forgotten about the first exercise, but you can also do this exercise whilst you're finishing that one. Okay, this is a minimal pairs exercise. See if you can fill in the gaps with words. Think of words to fill in the gaps. Shall I do the first one for you? This one's A. And this one's it. So I want a word which, two words, one that has a and the other one which has I. A, I. Bait, bit. Is that okay? Agree? Agree? If I'm wrong, tell me. Okay?
David, how about the last one? What's the sound of the mouth?
Ua, I think. Ua. Ua. Like lure or sure. Ah. It's ah. Like cut. Ah. Ah. Cut. But.
David, and how about this one? Is symbol.
That is cardinal vowel number, I forget, hang on. Number 14. Cardinal vowel number 14. We're going to come to that in a minute with accents, because what you'll notice is that the symbols here are different to the symbols here, yes? Some of them are different, some of them are the same. When we come to accents, I'll explain to you why we have different symbols here and here. But in answer to your question, that sound is a British English sound. In Great Britain, they use that sound. But in Australia, we use a sound which is similar but not the same. In truth, I could have done that page number 15, I could have done that for British English, I could have done it for American English, but I chose to do it in Australian because I'm Australian and I know Australian, you know, so I'm not going to make too many mistakes. But yes, there are differences between the different dialects of English. I'll come to that later. How are you going? Any luck?
Day.
Well, if that's day, then it would be dat. Is there a word in English called dat? No. Have to try again. Have to think of another word. Well, then that would be boil, bill. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Build. Build.
Up.
Boy, build.
Yeah. Boy, boil, yeah,
Boy.
and bill.
Build.
Not built. Bill.
Build.
Bill.
Build.
Yeah, yeah.
Build.
So that would be bad and bade. Bade. B-A-D-E. That's okay. That's an English word. It's an old English word which means it means to ask someone to do something. If I remember correctly, so B-A-D-E. Bad and bade. Dun, 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 dun. Well, this is k, and this is b, and this is at, and this is at. See, this is different, but it's not allowed to be different. With a minimal pair, you're only allowed to have one sound different, and that's the trick. That's what makes it good for the students, because it forces them to think of words and try to remember how they sound, you know, because they have to pick a word which is only one sound different. Yeah. So I think you have to think again about that one. And that one, well, you've got a b and a k. So that's not correct. And that's a n and that's a l. Dun, 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 dun. This is la and this is t.
So we have to
David, understand. Is it hair or hair?
Well, this is her, that's a her sound, and that's a w sound. And the vowel is, that's not a, and that's not a.
It's not A or A.
It doesn't match.
How about this one? Where?
It's not that, and it's not that.
So we have to use the same consonant
Yes.
for the last.
Same consonants, but different vowel. Yeah.
Like this, I'm not sure about this one.
Oh, this one's got nothing at the end, and this one's got an at the end, an N sound.
Oi.
So it doesn't match.
Oi.
It doesn't match because there's no N there. Now, somebody over here had one. Yeah. You understand, Kajeme? Boil is oi, and bill, il, I. Boil, oi, and bill, I. Boil and bill. You will find that some are easy, some are difficult, and some you cannot do it. That's okay. If you can't do it, leave it blank.
Sure and so. Is it
Sure. Well, this is sh, and this is s, and this is and this is in. It's got an n on the end. Yeah,
so this one is I, not so.
that's right.
Is it important that you first are the same, must be the same or not?
Everything must be the same except the one thing. The vowel has to be different. That's difficult. Sometimes I have to think for a long time before I can give my students an example of one. Did you notice that in my chart here, for the consonants, I gave my students minimal pairs. Those are all minimal pairs. Can you see it? Park, bark, tip, dip, could, good, cheer, jeer, fine, vine, teeth, teeth, sap, zap, leash, liege, and no match for he. No match for he. But they're all minimal pairs between the voiced and no voice. Now, did you guys finish your sounds, your vowel sounds? That's good. Yeah, I'll write that up. Have you finished that? Have you finished that exercise? The one before?
Sure, 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 and it doesn't sound, no. Sure, in this word.
Sure.
Sure,
That's got
the
a
same sound. Really.
that's got an n on the end.
Sin,
Yeah, it's got a sin.
sin, that.
But you can have the
Sure.
Let me check that. Don't think about the meaning, don't think about the spelling. I think that may be wrong. Let me check it. My dictionary says no. My dictionary says no. My dictionary says that this is... What did it say? It says that it's Sean, not Shuan. You could have Mr. Chuan. Okay, we'll accept that one. We'll accept it. That's got a s on the end, that's got a t on the end. Head. This is my head. This is a head. You can have hate, hut. Is this correct? Is this okay? You better check it for me. Don't they be making a mistake? Hut, cut, hut, yeah. Hate, like A in day, yeah. Hate and hut. Yeah. A is like day. Hate. Hate. Good. Yes.
and can
Can is it?
wine
Coin and can. Good. Yeah. Okay, agree? Agree? Oi, coin, can. Coin can.
what and where ไม่ได้หรอวะไม่ได้โอ้มวนแม่where what and that what and that
Ought is
อ๋อชออ้วน
ought.
โอเค so yeah.
Is a difficult one. I'll put all my brain power onto this, okay? Sorry?
Annual and nail can it be
What's that word there?
annual
Oh, I can't read it.
annual ไหม
Annual.
annual
Annual.
Annual. Yes, good.
and then nail can it be
Annal. An annal is a book which keeps records over time. Annual. Annual. How about oi and Not so hard, not so hard. Toy and ta. I think you need a consonant on the end. With short vowels, you normally have a consonant on the end. Choice chus. Chus? No? Shopping? No. Not shopping. Enjoy. Enja. Join and Jun. Joist and just. Okay. Joist and just. Okay, we've got one more. Poor, poor and tour and ta.
If the first word is one if the first word is only one but and two learn no
My die. Cannot. Okay, well, I think it's time that I use the solution that you always use when you can't answer a question, and that is homework. Homework. Okay. Now, let's see. Now this is fun. This is another exercise you can do with minimal pairs. Can you please show me your fingers? 2 fingers, please. Okay. Everybody, two fingers. Two fingers. Oh, up to you. Everybody, two fingers, please. Yeah, okay. Two fingers, like that. Okay, good. Good, okay. 1 finger? 2? That's good, you've learned something today. Okay, now... Okay, ready? Listen. Sure you're ready? Cheat. 1 or 2? Okay. Okay, again please. Cheat. 1 or 2? Cheat. Cheat. Bing, it's number 1. Okay? Okay, again? Cheat. No, it's still number 1. Sheet. Sheet. Yeah, now it's 2. Sheet. 2, that's right. Cheat. Good. Cheat. 1. Okay. This is another one with minimal pairs, which is kind of fun, just to play quickly with your students. Let's try another one. Easier one. Receive, deceive. Okay, you ready? Deceive. Yeah. Receive. 1. Receive. Receive. Good. Deceive. Good. Okay. You notice that that one was easier? Is it easier than cheat sheet? We'll come to that in a minute because, as you probably know, as I showed you with Chon, Yeah. That there's the difference is difficult to understand in Thai. The difference is difficult to hear in Thai. Zoo Su. Okay? Su. Two. Good. Zoo. Good, it's one, yeah. Zoo. One. Don't buy any lottery tickets today. You'll lose a lot of money. Sue. Good. Sue. Two again. Zoo. Sue. Good. Okay. Choose and Jews. Okay? Jews. Good. Jews. Good. Choose. Jews. Choose. Good. Okay? That's the affricates that we mentioned before. The ch and the j. I think Ajahn Pachari had a different letter to write that, but it's the same sound. I've got another one which is similar. Choose, choose. Okay? Shoes. Choose. Two. Choose. 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 Shoes. Shoes. Choose. Choose. Shoes. That's right. Shoes. Choose. Shoes. Choose. Shoes. Choose. One more time, okay? Choose. Good. Shoes. Got it. Okay? Good. So that's another way that you can use minimal pairs. If there's two sounds which your students can't hear, if they're making mistakes on those sounds, make a minimal pair and then do a little quiz like that in class, you know? Just a little activity like that to show them the difference. Now, the next thing we're going to do is look at our dictionaries. Can I ask you a question, please? In your class, do all of your students have different dictionaries? Does everybody have their own dictionary which is different from the other students? Or do a lot of people have the same dictionary? So, can you tell me, do your students have the same dictionary? All the students? No? They have different dictionaries between each other. Yeah. Now, one disadvantage of that is that, especially with the vowel sounds, they're different between different dialects of English. Because the way that Australian people say their vowels is slightly different to English people, slightly different to American people. And so we have different letters. Some letters are different between the different dialects of English. And so if you pick up one dictionary, it will have one kind of character for the vowel sound, but if you pick up another dictionary, it will have a different character for the same sound. Some dictionaries focus more on American, some focus more on English. And that's one of the main differences between the different languages in accent. Another difference between the languages in accent is some focus on the consonants, how strong they are. For example, there's the rhotic dialects like American English and Scottish English, where they pronounce their R's, you know? The R is much stronger. Like, for example, lure. In Australia we say lure. We don't pronounce the R. But in America they would say lure. And they would pronounce the R. People from foreign countries who learn English as their secondary language, like you guys, you know, and your students, the differences in Thai, between Thai and English, will cause some differences in accent. And so I can hear who comes from Thailand, I can hear who comes from other countries, like China, because the difference in your first language causes a difference in accent in your second. We might talk more about that tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll do an exercise which is looking at your dictionaries. I've got some dictionaries, some copies of a dictionary here, 3 dictionaries actually, and we're going to write out the phonological characters. We'll write them out in Thai. And that can be very helpful for your students, because then when they look at the phonemes in here, they can figure it out in Thai language, or at least close enough to Thai language to translate the sound into English. Of course, it doesn't always work like that, but we have to look at that tomorrow because we're running out of time. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll continue this tomorrow.